This video will be looking at the workflow options within our EasyAP invoice automation application. Specifically, we'll be looking at webhooks within the system, standard workflows that we deploy, as well as custom actions. So if I was going to go ahead and go to our demo site here and go into the application, what we'll notice in the configuration settings is this option called webhooks. And what webhooks is really our integration with Power Automate for workflow. So if you go into this section, you can see here, I could basically integrate a Power Automate workflow for any action that is taken on an invoice when it's created, edited, saved, submitted, etc., as well as the type of invoice it is. Maybe it's a non-AP or PO match invoice, or just a standard AP invoice, or a shipment match if you're doing a three-way match within your system. So I could have a separate workflow for each type of invoice that comes into the system, if it's related to a PO or not. And what this URL is just a trigger, or the URL that's provided by Power Automate, which is ultimately going to process the workflow. Now that Power Automate workflow is something that we have a template for when we do a deployment. So we don't start from scratch for every workflow here. And our general template leverages settings within your SharePoint site, such as a matrix like this that provides reviewers and thresholds to determine who is going to approve an invoice based on such criteria as a department assignment or any of the actual data that's captured on the invoice we could use as workflow criteria. But now that this workflow is within Power Automate, we also provide custom connectors that gives us the ability to update that invoice back in the application. So I could do such things as reject the invoice, do approvals, add notes, add audit logs, etc. And then now the whole power and functionality of Power Automate is within your reach. So you could use any of the standard connectors that Microsoft provides, or premium connectors to update other systems or send notifications, etc.